I ordered takeout because I was lazy. I didn't expect you to be lazier than me. No matter what the industry is now, those with a conscience cannot make money, while those without a conscience can make a lot of money. It turns out that opening a store is so easy. A pot and a pair of scissors can sell hundreds of orders a day. There are so many pre-made dishes in restaurants. Let me show you today. This lotus root slice is a pre-made product that has been added with sodium formate preservative and low sodium sulfite preservative bleach. Some restaurants will choose this to speed up meal delivery. Pour in the water, stir fry, and it's ready. If I don't tell you, you must have thought the lotus root was freshly cut and stir fried. Moreover, this stuff has additives and it doesn't turn black no matter how you stir fry it. Do you think it's weird or not? This saliva chicken is half a chicken and 2 packets of sauce. Take out the chicken and chop it into pieces directly and put it on the plate. Then pour in the sauce packet, then pour in the chili oil packet. I will sell it to you at several times the price with just opening the bag and putting it on the plate. Is it a big mistake for you to eat such a pre-made dish? In recent years, China's pre-made food industry has accelerated its development, gradually integrating into the daily lives of ordinary consumers and penetrating into various dining scenes. Some expensive, high-end restaurants have also been accused of using pre-made dishes. The introduction of pre-made dishes into schools has caused public outrage, and many parents are worried that it will endanger the health of their children. Today, we're going to talk about pre-made dishes. But before we continue, we'd like to encourage you to subscribe. Your support is our greatest motivation and helps us bring you more valuable content. Now, moving on. Pre-made dishes are also called cooking packages, which are edible raw materials processed into semi-finished products or finished products with seasonings and other auxiliary ingredients. Food is stored or transported to consumers or restaurants under cold conditions. Because they need to be stored for months or even years, a series of chemical additives such as preservatives and flavoring agents are generally added to pre-made dishes. The Chinese people began to pay attention to pre-made meals after the outbreak of the epidemic in 2020. When people could not easily buy fresh fruits, vegetables, eggs, and meat, pre-made meals entered the public eye and ushered in the climax of development. Now, more and more people are realizing that pre-made meals are surrounding their lives. Last September, a couple held a wedding banquet in Hangzhou, Zhejiang. The groom specifically chose a banquet package priced at $840 per table at a well-known hotel, which was also the most expensive price in the hotel. Later, they discovered that 70% of the 16 dishes were pre-made dishes. Except for some seafood and seasonal vegetables, the rest were basically pre-made dishes that can be purchased online. You can get the same dishes on the menu for only $210. A lawyer said that the hotel's behavior of selling $210 dishes for $840 may actually be fraud. Searching for cooking kits on many e-commerce platforms in China, we found that there were a lot of cooking kits priced at $1 each, including some common dishes such as black pepper beef tenderloin and kung pao chicken. These cooking bags are usually divided into 2 categories, frozen and room temperature, according to the storage method. The shelf life of frozen products ranges from a few months to 1 year, and the shelf life of room temperature cooking bags can reach 1 to 2 years. Not just takeout restaurants, many well-known restaurants and shopping malls are also using pre-made dishes. According to an industry report on China's catering industry in 2022, the proportion of pre-made dishes in brand restaurants has also reached more than 80%. Few dishes are actually cooked on site. They are all pre-made in the central kitchen and then delivered to various stores by truck. With an order placed, they then warm it up and the meal is ready to serve. The margin is very big now. For a $3 takeout, the purchase cost of pre-made dishes is less than half the price. Of course, the merchant is very happy, saving the chef's salary and not having to work hard to prepare the ingredients himself. The emergence of pre-made dishes has brought great convenience to catering companies. While improving the speed of serving dishes, it has greatly reduced labor and material costs. The efficiency of dish delivery can be described as done in seconds. This restaurant used to only provide dine-in service, but business was not very good, so the owner had to open takeout. He said that using pre-made dishes for takeout is cheap and affordable, but he didn't expect that the business was much better than expected. These are the food packages that have just been ordered and are waiting to be delivered. They can usually be cooked in 3 minutes. This is braised hairtail fish costing 50 cents and selling for $3. This hairtail fish tastes really good, and it's hard to tell it apart from the one you make yourself. These are pickles and pork. They cost only 70 cents to buy and sell for $3. Before using it, I checked his qualifications. Anyway, the taste is pretty good. This is classic braised pork. The cost is only 60 cents and it sells for $3. Can you guys believe this profit at this price? Have you ever seen pre-made eggs? There is one in each order, as well as this green vegetable. In fact, to be honest, this pre-made egg is really convenient. You can take as much as you need. If I don't use it up, I can just put it in the refrigerator. These 3 are in order. Pack them first and put them away, and then take the next order. Look at this spicy grilled fish. Take it for 80 cents and sell it for $3. In fact, I didn't know that there were pre-made dishes for grilled fish before. This one tastes quite like the aroma after it has been oil fried. The cost of this potato beef is 70 cents and it sells for $3.50. It's that simple, and it directly earns you $2.80. Also, this minced pork and eggplant costs 30 cents and sells for $2.50. Even though it looks like this, there are quite a number of people ordering it. Some restaurants do a little bit of processing to make their pre-made dishes look like they were just made. We used to make these small fish and shrimps from fresh ingredients, but now the pre-made dishes are cooked for you by others. Add celery and dried chili peppers to the pot and stir-fry until fragrant. Add the fried fish and shrimps, add some soy sauce, stir-fry and serve. The pre-made dishes in this kind of restaurant are different from the takeout food packages. In order to sell them at a high price, they will add some fresh ingredients and cook them again so that you can't tell that they are pre-made dishes. They can also be sold as fresh dishes at a high price. Many people may not realize that there is also pre-made egg liquid. Some chain restaurants especially like to use pre-made egg liquid to steam egg custard. The cost of eggs is not expensive. Why do some businesses like to use pre-made egg liquid? This pre-made egg liquid, I don't know what kind of high technology is used, and the steamed eggs are very smooth. This bag is $1. This small amount can steam more than a dozen bowls. Pour it into the bowl, add 2.5 times the water according to the instructions, and stir evenly. Let's use fresh eggs and steam a bowl of eggs for comparison, and you will understand how powerful this egg liquid is. You can see that this pre-made egg liquid is yellower, which may be due to the pigment contained in it, while fresh egg liquid is a bit whiter. Now put them in the steamer, steam them for 10 minutes, and take them out. You can see that the eggs are white in color and have been steamed for 10 minutes, and this pre-made egg liquid is really golden, like jelly. These two kinds of egg custards are just like heaven and earth. The fresh eggs have pores, and the pre-made egg liquid is smooth and delicate, like jelly. People occasionally eat pre-made dishes to save trouble, but not many people are willing to eat them every day. However, after the start of school in September last year, education bureaus in many places in China introduced pre-made dishes to campuses, triggering strong resistance from parents. Let's hear what this parent has to say. It's so terrible. Do you have any moral bottom line? We are not willing to give our children overnight meals, but pre-made dishes come to school and become the meals that children eat every day. The children's health will be gone, but these profiteers will make a lot of money. Pre-made dishes contain a lot of preservatives and food additives, and some use boiling water to heat pre-made dishes in plastic packaging. Those plastic packages are full of chemical raw materials. After heating, they release tens of thousands of plastic particles into the meal, which cannot be eliminated at all. Some of them will enter our brain with the blood and cause chronic diseases. Where's your conscience for these unscrupulous merchants? Do you dare to let your children eat these meals every day? In order to prevent their children from eating pre-made meals, parents in many schools work tirelessly to deliver meals to their children at noon every day. However, some schools in Shenzhen stipulate that students who order meals at school can eat in the classroom, but students who bring their own lunch can only eat in the playground.
深圳龙岗区的家长向媒体反映，
Parents in Longgong District, Shenzhen, reported to the media that if students do not order meals at school but eat lunch they bring themselves, they can only eat on the playground. In the video, there are many students sitting on the playground who are eating in the hot weather. Especially when the weather is over 30 degrees at noon, it is easy to suffer from heat stroke.
天气更是30多度，很容易中暑。
One of the parents said that her child took the lunchbox home at night, and when she cleaned it, she found that there were ants everywhere in the lunchbox. The lunchbox he took home was full of ants. Yesterday, a little girl was sitting on the roadside eating. I cried when I looked at her. In the face of doubts, the principal of the school responded that parents can deliver meals, but they cannot order meals from outside into the classroom. The school didn't know whether the takeaways were qualified or not, so for the sake of other students, they had no choice but to let them go to the playground. But if the takeaway fails, it would not affect other students. The reason is really difficult to convince the public. Several parents of primary and secondary students in a school in Guangzhou City, Jiangxi Province, complained that the pre-made lunches delivered to students were slow, of poor quality, and tasted bad. Their children could not eat them at all, and some had diarrhea after eating. A parent from a school in Fujian complained online that the school lunch had a strong odor and that the soup was served in a large white plastic bucket and looked like pig food. According to official regulations, the shelf life of pre-made dishes is as long as half a year or even a year. There are also many manufacturers who claim that the pre-made dishes they produce can last for half a year without refrigeration. Parents generally believe that they must contain large doses of food preservatives that are harmful to health. In order to maintain the color and taste of food for a long time, various harmful food additives are inevitably added to it. A pre-made food manufacturer posted a video online saying that even they, the merchants, were surprised when pre-made food entered the campus. He strongly opposes poisoning the next generation with pre-made meals. Pre-made dishes have finally entered the campus, which surprises those of us who make pre-made dishes. I've been making pre-made dishes for 7 or 8 years, and all the pre-made dish merchants on the internet have remained silent, so let me speak. First of all, let me make my point clear. I firmly oppose the promotion of pre-made dishes in schools. It is simply poisoning our next generation. Based on my understanding of pre-made dishes, it's definitely not suitable for long-term use by any group of people. First of all, the original intention of making pre-made dishes is not for children, but mainly for hotels and rural banquets. There are 3 main purposes. First, to save labor costs. Second, in order to standardize the dishes, they are basically free from human influence. Third, centralized procurement of raw materials reduces production costs, and prices are naturally cheaper. But there are many problems. In order to have a longer shelf life, even cold chain products will add preservatives, because this is allowed by the state. Adding preservatives is like adding insurance to the product. In order to achieve color and flavor, various pigments, essences, spices, flavor enhancers, water-retaining agents, etc. are also added. There is nothing you can think of, and there is nothing we can't do. In order to speed up production, basically all pre-made dishes are processed and matured in advance. You only need to simply steam them and heat them before eating. Food that matures in advance will lose a lot of taste, color, nutrition, etc. This is inevitable. However, there is no authoritative data on the harm to the human body of eating pre-made dishes. Some experts say overnight vegetables can cause cancer. I personally think that pre-made dishes are definitely worse than overnight dishes. There should be a process from quantitative change to qualitative change. At least my family and I, especially the kids, don't eat pre-made dishes. I also believe that many owners of pre-made products do not eat their own products. This is the truth. Businesses and capital are both profit-seeking, and they gave up a lot of their humanity when faced with money. That's all for today. If you enjoy our content, please remember to like, subscribe, leave a message, and share it with your friends. We appreciate your support, and we'll see you next time.